Hi everybody, this is Terry from Remnants of a Texas Craft Room, and what I would like to ramble about today is a card that I made, and this is a card number 2 out of 3 that I made from a magazine that I found. It was a year or so ago, and I tore out a bunch of pages out of this magazine that I really did like, and this is one of the cards. And as you can see on this card, there's some stitching from the sewing machine around the heart and around the card. I will not be able to do that today because my sewing machine is nowhere near where I'm taping, so I can't do that today. So I'm going to show you a different way of making the card. And then I also made the card in a vintage theme also. And you could do it in pink and white and make it real girly and real sweet, or you can make it a little more vintage. And I'll show you the vintage one I did with just a plain heart. I'll show you the heart I used, and then I just put some vintage buttons on it, and then on the inside it says always in my heart. And this is just a strip of music paper, and this is what this is too, that I just went over with some brown ink. Now let me show you the heart that we're going to use. The heart we're going to use comes out of these doilies. And I got these for $1 at Dollar General, which I know they have like 8,000 stores, so hopefully they'll have a Dollar General by you. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull out one of the doilies. And I'm going to cut off the doily part and just use the heart. Here we go. And that way I can have this little decorative edge around it, since I'm not going to be stitching around it. But you also, if you don't want to do this, you could cut a heart from George at about probably 3.5 inches maybe. That would work perfect. George has a little, it has two size hearts on it. It has a thinner heart, a longer linear heart, and then it has the round heart, and you could do either one. Okay, we're just going to cut it like that all the way around. And we're going to use that for your heart. Now save this, because it may be a little too big for a card, but it would work perfect on a scrapbook page. Be really cute, so save that. But anyway, that's what we're going to do, and we're just going to take it and we're going to turn the heart like that and put our buttons on it. Okay, let me show you the rest of it. Okay. This is a regular A2 heart that I have cut off a 1/2 inch right here, because we're going to use this is the Martha Stewart punch. This is the same punch that I've used for both of these decorative edges. On this one, I just moved the paper down a little bit, which covered up most of the edge, that gave it just that little bit of edge. And this one, I pulled the paper back to show the whole edge. So whichever you like, that's how you do yours, okay? So we're going to take the edge, and you line it up. And you can use whatever, decorative edge you have or you like. I would use one I don't have one that has a little heart. That would be really cute. We'll go ahead and cut that off. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to take our paper, and this paper I think is about 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, but it depends on how wide the border you use is. You just fit it on there. Okay. Now I already have my heart with some buttons already on it, so you wouldn't have to wait for me to do the whole button. But normally you would put this on first, and then you would do your buttons. Okay. And I'm just using the Beacon 3-in-1 glue. You can use whatever glue. Now to put the buttons on, you could also use some hot glue. That works very well. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my glue. Let's see if I got enough light here. Can y'all see okay? I hope so. It seems a little dark in here to me. It's kind of late at night, and I wanted to get this done before I head off to bed. And basically all you do is just fit your hearts around. Oh, I don't want that there. Yeah, there we go. Just fit your glue. Whatever you want to. There we go. Now on this one, I used mainly red buttons, but on this one, of course, I used all my, I have tons and tons of old buttons, and so I used that. And then on this one, I have a lot of pink to it, so I used a lot of pink buttons. But this one has a lot of red, so a lot of red buttons. Oh, that for some reason my glue is very stringy tonight. For some reason, I must have dried it out, leaving it, working with it all day. Okay. Now I need a couple more little buttons. And then we're done. Then we're going to stamp the inside. Like I said, a little bit of hot glue also works. Put one more right here and we're done. Let's get a medium sized one. Here we go, right there. There we go. Okay. And so what I did first is I put on my, I just simply put on my ribbon first, and then I put my, and then you just, before they dry, now if you use hot glue, you probably better just move them all in. There you go. Okay. Now, on the inside, I just took, oh, I'm going to show you also. Where is my quarter rounder? Uh-oh. There it is. I'm going to quarter round this, the back one, and this one. Okay. And also, I went around each one of these corners. Okay, we're going to stamp it. And this says, always in my heart. Oh. Okay, see, when that happens, turn it over. Thank goodness it's the same on each side. You won't be able to see it. And I'll tell you how many times I've done that. Okay. So then we're going to stamp always in my heart. Right here. And I hope I'm still in the camera. Sorry. I'll put some glue on this. And luckily you won't see that from the back. But if it bothers you, you're welcome, cut another one. They're very easy to cut. Just no need to waste it. You can't see it. I'm going to put it right inside, all the way to the edge so it covers it. And get something to clean that with. I don't want this ink on anything. Okay, there we go. And there you are. And this is always in my heart. Okay. And there it is in red. Now I've made it in the pink. The pink and red. And also in the vintage Valentine. Whichever one you like. And on the vintage one, all I did was just go around. This is on craft paper. And all I did was go around it with some brown ink. And I also stamped it on the inside in the brown ink. And it gives it a real vintage heart. And this is really good for guys because it has a lot of the manly colors, so guys are like that. But either one of these would be adorable. And this is very easy. All you do is zigzag around it if you want to use your machine, and just a straight stitch there. And the same thing there. Well, thank you so much. Be sure to stop by my blog. If you're watching this on YouTube, my blog is Ramblings of a Texas Craft Room. And if you're watching this on my blog, my YouTube channel is Sugarlight02, and I have lots of videos on there. They're also on my blog, but sometimes they're easier to watch in a row over on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. And tomorrow I have another card, which is going to be this card. And I'll be making this card tomorrow. So be sure to stop back by. Thanks, guys. Bye.